Kaiser Permanente Arena, home of the Santa Cruz Warriors, whose recent playoff run and victory over the Fort Wayne Mad Ants led the team to the 2015 NBA D-League Championship, the first time in 3 years.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable because we came in first year, got to the finals. It's like we kind of teased them with it, and then, we lost. And last year, got to the finals, teased them with it again, and then this year, third time's a charm. I mean, that couldn't be more true right now.
But even with all of their success, the crowd-drawing basketball franchise's future in Santa Cruz is uncertain. Their current facility is only temporary, and the possibility of a permanent arena is up in the air.
And it won't be anything like putting this temporary building up. We had to do that in a very short period of time in the context of temporary. When you talk about the kind of investment a new arena is going to take, you're going to need a much longer public process in order to get to the right end.
So what are the next steps between the Warriors and the city of Santa Cruz?
There's probably a two-step process, at least two, but two in the largest sense. One is that we have to see about a permanent arena, like where could that be? Is it financially viable, feasible for the city? And that'll be when we look at that question, it'll be with the assumption that the Warriors would be the primary user of the arena, sort of the anchor tenant, but also recognize that that them alone is not sufficient to finance that. So we have to figure out a package there. And then once we feel confident that we can make a package work financially, then it would be time to go to the Warriors and actually make a new agreement.
Some other members of the package could include annual conferences like the Drones Data X Conference, UC Santa Cruz, and the Seaside Company, the owners of the Boardwalk. But is the Santa Cruz Warriors business model successful enough to justify a new arena?
Extremely successful on both the business and on the basketball operations side of the organization. And it's certainly our intent to maintain that momentum, whether we exist in a facility like this or whether we move forward with a new building. But I think that the business model has been validated.
The city benefits through admission taxes and other miscellaneous costs, but there is some concern with loans the city has given the basketball team.
It's been positive. It is a little concern that I don't want to make it too big a deal that when the 7 years that I think we're going to continue the initial relationship, when that's up, not 100% of that $4 million loan will be paid off, and then what happens is, whatever the gap is, the city and the Warriors will split the difference. I mean, whatever that gap is, and we'll each cover it. So the city may be on the hook for a relatively modest slice of that, and so that's a concern.
And the Warriors do have interest in staying with Santa Cruz's ecstatic fan base.
I think the fans are a huge part of the equation. If you don't have people who are interested in your product, then it doesn't make any sense to provide that product if the community doesn't want to support it. Can their support alone make it work? So far it has. So hopefully in whatever economic situation we move forward in terms of a new building, we're also in a situation to make the financial side work.
What is the next stage in moving toward a possible permanent arena for the D-League champions?
We're going to hire some consultants who will really do the analysis of that first thing I mentioned, which is, is it feasible and financially viable for us to build a permanent arena? So we need that kind of expertise. We need people who've worked on that kind of that kind of question in other cities to help us analyze it. And we also need some, merging that with some of our local knowledge about what sites would work well. One of the sites potentially is the existing site where the temporary arena is, but there's discussion of other sites downtown, other sites near the beach. So we need to kind of put all that together, the larger national information that we can gather, plus kind of plugging it into kind of our local contacts.
As the contract between the city and the team comes to an end, expect to hear a lot more about the future of the Santa Cruz Warriors. I'm Aron with Banana Slug News.